I am a software engineer who built and failed 8 SaaS startups. Yep, 8. But if you're a developer looking to launch your own profitable software and actually succeed on your first try, this video is a must-watch for you before you start on that new idea. Let's be honest, most of us developers dream about quitting the 9-to-5 job and actually to building our own products, making more money, creating passive income, and of course enjoying the whole process. Sounds perfect, right? But what really happens when you stop client work and actually jump into launching your own tech startups? In this video, I will share the rough truth behind my 8 failed attempts and the exact things I did differently for my last 2 startups that brought me in over $3 million in revenue. We are talking here about the 3 biggest mistakes that every software engineer is making when starting own products, and of course, how to avoid these mistakes. So stick with me till the end of this video for a special bonus that take your journey to the next level. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1, building random stuff. When I started my first tech startup, I spent about 3 months burning the midnight oil. After my day job as a junior Python engineer, I would come back home and spend 4 to 6 hours coding every night until 2 or 3 a.m. I was building a hotel channels manager, a software for people to manage their listings across multiple platforms like Airbnb, hotels.com and similar. When the full product was finally ready, I showed it to my friend who was into short-term rentals. To my surprise, he was pretty excited about it and even started using it right away. But when we shared it with his network, with his friends, reality hit hard. Most of my potential customers, as I realized at that time, were not using any computers at all. They simply relied on pen and paper and local magazines to find their clients. Many of them didn't even know about Airbnb or similar platforms. And that's when I realized I made a huge mistake. I should have talked to my potential customers first before writing a single line of code. And now, after helping over 200 clients launch their profitable software, after building my own 2 successful products, I've learned one important thing. Never build anything without validating the idea with real customers first, okay? Even though as a former engineer, I still love building stuff. It's tempting, but validation always comes first. Mistake number 2, don't learn marketing and sales. You often hear, if you build a great product, the customers will come, right? I used to believe that nonsense too. Back when I was coding all day and didn't know much about running a business. But let's be honest, if you want to make money, you're not just building a cool project, cool pet project as a developer, you are building a software company, not just SaaS product or tech startup. And as a founder, especially if you are a solo founder, sales and marketing all fall on you. It's not just about building the product, which is, of course, let's be honest, the fun part, but you also have to sell it, handle customer support, manage maintenance, hire people down the road, take care of finances, and that list goes on and on. But at the core of it all, the most important thing as a founder is to make money from your product. I personally failed my first 5 startups because I didn't have enough sales and marketing skills. That's when I decided to start small. Before launching my next big SaaS product, I began by building an audience. I blogged, taught programming other people, wrote a book, mentored, created courses, all of it. Then when I built my software, I had an audience of 12,000 email subscribers to sell it to. Selling software is way easier when you have an audience, right? And if you are curious about how to build that kind of strategy, check out my other video here where I dive deeper into this. Mistake number 3, features equal success. Another big mistake I made as a solo founder, as a programmer, and something many of us are doing is getting caught up in building. I love adding more features to my software because I was thinking that it would improve on my product a lot. But guess what? It never worked. One of our clients, Kiddie Board, made the same mistake. They launched a social network for parents and also had a marketplace to offer to them. But with so many features, they really struggled to clearly convey unique value proposition to their initial users. Only when they narrowed their focus to a SaaS as a CRM for service providers did they start getting hundreds of clients. More features don't equal better product. So how do you avoid this staffing problem? Start with a solid product strategy before building anything. Talk to your potential users, figure out one specific problem they need solved, and finally, focus on solving that single problem with the simplest solution possible. Doing this will save you tons of time and money and will help you avoid stuffing you up with all the unnecessary stuff and features. And finally, if you want to learn more about building a great product strategy, drop word strategy in the comments below and I will send you my guide on how to do exactly this. So what do you do instead? So, do you want just to enjoy the process of building, or are you aiming to create a real business with a passive income? If it's all about the process for you, then don't worry too much about the mistakes I mentioned in this video. Just pick any random idea, dive into building it like you always done before, and see where it takes you. But please don't expect too much in return beyond the fun of coding, okay? But if you are serious about quitting your client work or leaving your 9 to 5, understand that it takes some time and effort. You will need to learn marketing, validate your software idea before writing a single line of code, start small with a basic proof of concept, learn how to sell it, and finally take it step by step. As you begin to see your first sales, it might take months, but eventually you will be able to replace your current income with the revenue from your product. If you are ready for some mentorship and want help launching a profitable software business, check the link in the video description below and let's talk. I've been helping developers like you turn their struggles into success for years.